But yeah, let's not forget to hit that, bud. Episode 29. Best Nick Jr. episode. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and squirrels, welcome to the only podcast on planet God dang Earth where we pick anything and everything to face off in an 8-subject bracket elimination tournament. This is Elite 8 Showdown. Of course, I'm your host, Big Chuck, and I am joined once again by my comrade, my cohort, my co-conspirator, more importantly, my co-host, Tim. When he comes, he yells male. France!
That's true.
Yeah, you get excited about it.
Yeah, it makes me want to wail.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I get it. You know what makes me want to wail? 55-star reviews over at iTunes.
Yes.
Yeah. At the time of this recording, we have them. We have reviews, not 50 of them.
Yep.
We have a select number. Mm-hmm. I didn't look.
41.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Oh man, I'm getting worried.
We're closing in, actually.
I think what would make the most sense is if we just got really drunk and just shot the episode.
So that way it could be new for us too.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Also, I'm not going to be able to tell half the stories unless I'm at least moderately intoxicated.
That's true.
So like half a Zima and I'm ready to go, baby boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the super important thing is our friends over at WreckMyPodcast only have 38 5-star reviews.
Oh.
We have 41.
Yeah.
Been in this game, recording. You know what I mean? Yeah. How many episodes we at? 20 something? There are, I think, 684 episodes.
Yeah.
We're averaging 1 5-star review or more per episode.
Yeah. Wow.
And they have, like I said, I think 2,426 episodes, but only 38 5-star reviews.
Right.
So
it's almost like it's quality, not quantity here.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's weird. Mm-hmm. It's weird how that works. Tim, of course, professionalcasual.com/giveaways and /store. Mm-hmm. Well, professionalcasual.com/giveaways, professionalcasual.com/stores. If you do giveaways/stores, you're going to get a 404 number.
Yeah, you're going to get 404 hard.
Real hard.
Hard.
It'll make you want to wail.
Yeah, probably will.
Probably will. What do we got for giveaways?
This month, some might say if you're a Patreon backer, you get a free item from the store.
Sure.
Last month, Krager, actually, of Wreck My Podcast won. A month before that.
I hope he gets the sticker just to make it easy on us.
That would be really nice of him to do, actually.
Actually, at the time of this recording, did he ever get it?
At the time of recording, he has not requested anything yet. I also don't think that he yet knows he's a winner. Okay.
Because he doesn't pay attention?
Because he doesn't pay attention. We announce the winner each month in a Patreon vlog.
Right. Also, here's the thing. If you are a patron of ours and you're not watching the excessive amount of content we give you every week, I kind of understand, but you really should pay attention. It's overwhelming. Like, a lot of people have told me, you guys give way too much away for your tier brackets.
Yeah.
Most Patreons will give you one show at like the $5 tier. We're giving you like 4 shows, sometimes more.
It waxes and wanes, but currently right now for the past month, you've been getting a vlog. Mm-hmm. You've been getting an episode of our Pathfinder 2 D&D one-shot, The Haunt.
Yep. Which is great. That druid's fucking awesome.
He is.
Super smart.
You've been getting the Grim Podcast of Perilous Adventure, the Kabapa interviews.
Yep.
As well as, and when you get the videos for that, you get the podcast version of it also included.
Right.
And the videos for Gapapa in general.
Right.
And last week, at the time of recording, this was a few weeks back when you're listening to this, if you had listened to Dan's book, Big Fiction Energy, Lanny Girl Without Fear at All, or that podcast, an additional bonus short story that is not being released on that podcast. All about my favorite work. Put up there.
This is going to be the nicest thing I've ever said. I almost hit play today on it.
Really?
Yeah, I almost hit play. And that's not insulting, like I didn't want to. I have not gone all the way through Big Fiction Energies yet, so I didn't want to. I know it's a spinoff, right?
It is a small short story which happens before the book.
Okay. So I wasn't sure
about specifically the character Jork.
Right. I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to play it and have things spoiled for me. Like I almost accidentally did with Grim Podcast of Perilous Adventures, where I started playing the newest episode by accident. I didn't want to do that. So that being said, head over to either store/giveaways/store at professionalcasual.com. Tim, it's our first segment. It's our preamble ramble, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah.
A pre-rambler.
Yeah. It is. It's time for us to issue an apology. So why don't you play that drop for us, bud? Sorry, we are so sorry. Please accept our apologies. Voice of a generation. Then.
I mean, just how beautiful was that?
Fucking good Lord.
Oh man.
God, Tim. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We needed to we had to have something jump to the top of the list. Well, a humongous list at this point.
Yes.
1001 apologies is what we're calling it.
Yep.
I had something that needed to jump right to the top. Normally, last episode I had said we're going to go in chronological order from the episodes. Apologize for everything with that. Of course, last week. Of course, forever and always sorry, Julie Bowman.
Bowman.
You are hot.
You are hot.
You are hot. But last week we apologized to Insane Clown Posse.
Yep.
Also, shout out to Joe Gennaro. He told me he at one point was a on the fence juggalo. He went to a couple of the gatherings.
He did.
Yeah.
It's on my bucket list, very honestly, to go to a gathering. It sounds like
an awesome time. You just have to deal with juggalos.
Right.
You know?
But in their element where they're trying to out juggalo each other.
Right.
I think that is the time and place to experience them. Because
you're not wrong.
They're in a more natural state and not as antagonistic. When you see a juggalo out in the wild, they have a lot of hate flowing at them all the time. While the gathering very legitimately seems like
just a good time,
a fucking blast.
Yeah, just a good time. Also, a lot of my wrestling friends get booked at the wrestling shows at the gathering. You know what? Again, maybe we'll issue an additional apology. Shout out to the Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
They actually pay their talent.
Oh.
Yeah. They actually pay
They regularly continue to prove themselves as actually really good people.
Yeah, they're not every other shitty promoter in professional wrestling who gives you fucking
drink tickets or exposure dollars.
Yeah, exactly. They actually pay their talent. So fucking good on them.
Good on them.
Yeah. This week, Tim, this isn't so much something we said.
No.
This apology goes out, and I really think that it was this important that we needed to bump it up.
Well, it is, and they were so insanely supportive of us.
Yeah.
Especially when we first started. And even to this day, even sometimes we talk a little crap about them. Yep. But they as a whole are really important to us and really important to the show.
You're absolutely right. A lot of my, actually, to be honest, some of my content comes from them.
Yes, absolutely.
And I've studied them, try to understand their craft as it is. This apology goes out to many vids. You're the true MVPs. Yeah. And OnlyFans doesn't deserve all of our praise. For you who don't know what many vids is, it's similar to OnlyFans, but really more focused on the sex work side of things. However, you get free clips kind of here and there, and then it's an all a la carte menu. You can pay what you want. There's no monthly subscription. There's no everything's behind a wall, so you can't see anything. You can hover over, see what the clip's about. Maybe you want to purchase it. Maybe you want to give those people, those hardworking people, a few of your dollars for oiling up their feet and jerking off a hot dog.
Right. So, and I think it's really important too. The main distinction between many vids and OnlyFans is you do not get previews on OnlyFans.
You don't.
You do not know.
It is locked down.
What video you're paying $10 for. Yeah. It could be something you're into. It could not be something you're into at all.
Right.
Also, it's effectively OnlyFans without a cover.
Right. Pretty much.
Because OnlyFans has kind of already turned into the subscription gets you nothing.
Yeah.
Pay me another $15 in addition to the $30 a month you pay me to get, a 30-second clip of,
me oiling up my feet and jerking off a glizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I will say, many vids, I am sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, many vids. we've forgotten about you. We took advantage of your support of us, and we are very sorry.
Yeah. They also pay their creators slightly larger percentage than OnlyFans.
Oh,
off like a la carte purchases.
Gotcha.
Good on you, Tim. Segment number 1.
Yeah,
it's the hot opener, baby. It's
all
the
right.
Would You Rather. Are you ready?
I am.
Now I do have to play something real quick.
All right.
To preamble this.
Okay.
Okay. This is a little clip, sir. From Breaker.
Is this like a question that one of our Patreons asked?
Nope. This is a clip from Breaker and Bane's. Well, yeah, I guess technically from Breaker and Bane's Power Hour because they give us money like so many of our enemies do apparently.
Yeah.
Let me play it for you here.
Okay.
Using that Outriders beard company there.
Yeah, that Outriders beard balm. Yeah, good shit over there at Outriders Beard Co.
Yeah, I'm not going to tout a research team that does a really shitty job. Just throwing that out there for everybody.
Wait a
minute. How do you spell your name again?
Oh yeah, Bayn, no E. It's funny. It's funny because I don't know why I felt bad, but I felt bad like even correcting him. I was like, hey bud, it's a.
I thought he misspoke the first time.
I did too, and that's why I didn't correct him the first time. But when he said it again, I was like, hey bud, it's Outsiders Beard Co. But
here's the thing called the alphabet, you dumb son of a bitch.
And I felt like that almost had to be done on purpose because S and R on a keyboard, not even close to each other.
Unless you're a dumbass.
Yeah, and we don't know Tim.
We don't know Tim. But everything that I'm seeing about Tim, starters, he agreed to do a podcast with Big Chuck.
Right.
So
true.
that's like -25.
That's strike 1, pal.
Yeah.
You got strike 2 and 3 with Outriders Beard Co. and Bayn with an E.
I'll be honest. I like Big Chuck till I started running his mouth.
Right. Yeah.
This guy sucks.
Oh God. Is that big Chuck with an X somewhere in there?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've never misspelled someone's name, but who knows?
Big Chuck's mix?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. I fucked that up.
Big Chuck's mix.
Good times though. But Google's a hell of a deal.
Yeah. Well, and also Twitter.
All social media platforms.
Right. Yeah. Because I'm pretty easy to find.
Or your albums that are available on all music platforms.
I mean, my Nickety name is Big_Bayn.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, that's
also your handle.
That's my Twitter handle and
It's also what
Instagram
everyone
handle.
thought your name was.
I follow the professional casual, so you should know what my name's spelled.
You're also a patron.
Yeah, I'm also a patron.
Yeah, but that shows how much they care.
Yeah.
Jerks. Yeah. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff we're going to talk about.
Oh, they got a lot of stuff that they wanted to talk about.
So I think it's super important here that
well, Tim, would you rather speak to this or move on?
Ooh. So once again, like all of these questions, my immediate reaction is, Tim, you should move on. But I'm not gonna.
No.
I'm gonna comment on this.
Okay. No, because Tim, remember, we are in season 2, and I'm trying to be a better person. However, it's fair game.
So I actually don't know these guys very well.
Right. I mean, it's kind of hard to know a bunch of nobodies. Makes sense.
That is a great impression of season 1, Jarrod.
Yeah, that was a great. Yeah.
But a couple things.
Sure.
Just as long as we're talking about English, if you Google Bayn, Byne,
sure.
Actually, the only thing that you get is the stock ticker for Bayer medicine.
Sure.
When I typed in Bayn person, it said, "Did you mean Bayn?"
Yeah.
And it gave me the spelling with an I.
Okay.
Either way, both alternate spellings had an E in it.
Right.
When I went to Google, and you can do this at home, if you go to Google and type in Bayn and have it phonetically set out to you, it's Bon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
So.
Maybe he should learn how to pronounce his own name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Now, granted.
Big Bon over there.
Bayn with an E is a popular name.
Sure.
So it was probably taken when he went to get it.
Right.
So it is what it is.
It is.
Once again, that's nothing against him.
No, thank you for giving, because you understand how important our show is, and you give us all our Patreon money because we're putting out so much content. I will say this, Tim. wow, Outsiders Beard Co. is a thing, sure, because Outriders apparently aren't. Actually, Outriders are a thing, Tim.
Oh.
It's a clothing company.
Oh.
Outriders. Also, there's the Rough Riders, which can easily be confused.
Yep.
Also, in Warhammer 40K, there's a thing called Outriders, which was a huge part, which is why my brain kind of just needed to be rewired.
Yeah.
Maybe if you weren't living in the nostalgia of pro wrestling in the 90s and trying to be like an outsider and could come up with a better, clever name, something that wasn't so fucking stupid as a concept, Tim.
Yeah.
Maybe like, I don't know, Beardy McBeard Oil Beardertons, Beard. Or go crazy. Go with me on this, Tim. Big_Baines Beard Oil.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Actually.
It would be awful if our marketing team, since our research team's so fucking stupid, went and, I don't know, copyrighted Big_Baines Beard Oil Company. That would be awful. And then proceed. Because, Tim, I don't know if you know this, we're fucking huge in India.
We are huge in India.
We actually are pulling in so many fucking downloads in comparison to everybody else that listens to our show that also has shows that maybe, just maybe, Tim, we could potentially do so much more business than them that we would destroy them, buy their companies, put them out of business, and make them work in a company where they empty fucking porta potties at gatherings.
I'm really glad, once again, that was an impression of season 1, Charlie, because that I feel would have
I mean, that's hypothetically speaking what I thought you were going to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have said that. I do think Outriders Beard Co. sounds like a fucking badass name. It makes you think of like the wild, you know what I mean? Like Outlaws in the Wild West. Well, Outsiders Beard Co. makes me think of that weird neck beard that works at Arby's and his beard company.
Well, it is Oklahoma, and as we all know, they love Arby's.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, best workout ever, and then you go to Arby's.
But that is a shame. I really enjoyed both I wasn't on them. I almost didn't listen to the episodes that they were on because I was not on them, and I generally don't listen to things.
I love Bane. I think he's a great guy.
Very legitimately actually heavily enjoyed both of those episodes. I thought they were great. Yeah. And I'm not huge into music. I actually really liked the Bane episode a lot. I thought it was really good. You guys had a great discussion.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, Daft Punk wasn't really on there at all. So I was really surprised that you even gave it the opportunity. Yeah. Time of day.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I like those guys. That's a shame that they feel that way. We're professional casuals, and they could have
Pat, can you put the Daft Punk thing on the list? I'll apologize for that later. Thank you.
It's a shame because that's something we could have corrected, and
absolutely.
We are casuals, but we try to be professional at it, and that's something that could have been very easily fixed.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard when we have 17 shows that we're putting out, and we're just putting out all this amazing content. When you're sitting there doing one show, barely.
Yeah,
but you know, when Bane's not available, they bring in guys like Travis Fowler. Shout out to Travis Fowler, who gave us $10 to do a bracket for him and advertise their shit on the more popular show.
I mean, that's good business.
Makes sense. I mean, you know, sprinkle that Elite 8 dust on you. I get it. That makes sense. Tim!
Yeah.
Anything else before we move on?
No, it's just a shame. Just man up, shoot me a message. I could have fixed it.
Yeah.
There's no issue in fixing it for you, you know?
No. Have they made enemies today? Possibly. Tim.
Yeah.
Our bracket today. I'm actually kind of this is going to be a weird bracket. People are going to look at this and be like, what the fuck are those guys doing over there? But well, to be fair, most of the time people are like, what the fuck are you guys doing over there?
Fair.
That's why actually we incorporated cameras now.
Yeah.
As you can tell, incorporated cameras, more for liability's sake.
Yes.
Yeah. To prove, we're not awful, horrible people who get people's names wrong all the time.
I mean, if there is one thing that we have done a lot and people should not be surprised about, it's getting people's names wrong.
Yeah.
Because
if that's the worst thing that we're doing over here. It's
pretty much been our MO since we started.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're cranking out this much quality content.
Yeah.
Things are bound to slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
We are crowning the best Nick Jr. show to watch on a snow day.
Okay.
And here's why, Tim. We have a bracket coming up. I was busy because this show takes a lot of preparation. I'm like, I don't know, getting a whiteboard, putting it up, and then just scribbling some bullshit on it about toys or movies or comics or, whatever. And then just sitting there go, yep, that looks great. Let's look at these shorts from Chalkline. But I was doing some crazy prep work, and I wanted to. It's the wintertime, man. It's December. I'm chilly. You're chilly.
I'm chilly.
You're just chilly all the time at this point.
All the time now.
Then I wanted to crown. It's the holiday season, man. At the time of this recording, it is actually 60 degrees outside. But a month from now, when this airs, Tim, I'm gonna assume we're gonna have 7 inches of snow out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And that means school probably got canceled for.
And as I've been telling my wife at home, this is a great visual joke for anyone that happens to be watching that's over on the YouTube. We'll have like 7 inches of snow by that point.
That looked accurate from my measurements.
Yep.
Yeah. From my idea.
That's what I tell Lindsay all the time. I was like, you ready to get this 7 inches?
Yeah. But Tim, for those of you who don't know what a snow day is, maybe you live in the California area and you've never had snow before. It's possible.
Yeah, in the West Coast area.
Yeah, the West Coast California area.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, must suck so bad. Literally everybody fucking left California. So that we know from the show.
I think they have fire days.
Yeah, actually they probably do have fire days. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'd rather deal with? Snow. Over a raging fire that makes me evacuate my house.
You know what's a great holiday story is going outside with your friends, piling up some snow in your hand and throwing that snow back and forth, having a great time.
Yeah.
Do you know what's not as fun?
Yeah.
Going outside with your friends because school's closed, piling up some fire and burning forests in your hand and throwing it at your friends. Just doesn't hit the same way.
No, it does not. No, it does not. But on the other hand, it's probably burnt.
I mean, a lot of our friends in California, half of them have already left.
Yeah, it was almost like, we can't fucking stand it. Let's leave and then do a subpart podcast over the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been doing podcasts over the internet for years.
Yeah, killing it.
At this point.
Yeah, we're killing it. It's weird.
Killing it.
It's weird how that works. Tim?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, season 1 kind of rears its ugly head.
It does.
We'll put it on the list and apologize later. But we're talking about Nick Jr.
Nick
Jr. Of course, those who don't know what Nick Jr. is. Nick Jr. was a time block on the Nickelodeon channel where it was essentially little kid shows. They were designed to educate, help develop young minds, babies, I guess toddlers. Yeah. If you were a kid at home during the day and you weren't on a snow day, these shows were for you. Now, we have a bracket coming up next week, which I have a very special surprise for you. Holiday season, want to give back. Where we're going to crown the greatest show to watch on a snow day. And as I was curating that list, I realized, Tim, there were so many Nickelodeon shows, Nick Jr. Nickelodeon shows, that it was actually really hard for me to figure out where to draw the line. And then I thought, you know what? Fucking let's let Tim decide.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have created a bracket of just Nick Jr. shows. The winner will be advancing, of course, to the greatest show to watch on a snow day bracket. Very similar to how we do the video game episodes here.
Okay.
Let's just get right into it.
Can I just interject something real quick about Nick Jr.?
I really wish you would.
And whether it was summer vacation or snow days or holiday breaks, you would be excited to plop down in front of the TV on a Tuesday morning, like it was a Saturday morning with a big bowl of cereal and watch your favorite Nicktoons.
You sat at the radio. Because at the time, we didn't have the internet to tell us. You sat at the radio.
Waiting for Leslie Ann on WSRK.
She makes me want to cause bodily harm to myself. Her voice, her cadence is literally the exact opposite of what I would ever want to hear a radio person. Put it on the fucking list. Yeah. Thank you. Like, she is awful.
Yeah.
I understand why she's in local, like, radio and not fucking blowing up the airwaves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How she's had that job for this long blows my mind.
Yeah, for real.
Nice boobies, though.
Oh.
Met her one time at the arcade. She told me to, quote, get the hell out of her way.
Oh.
Yeah, they were doing, Dream Machine closed. King's Castle Arcade was opening. They were doing a big grand opening. They brought the people in.
Yeah.
And I thought we were standing in line for the video game. Come to find out, we were standing in line to get interviewed, and they were done interviewing people.
Oh.
I wanted to do the skateboard game, and she was going to get up on there and do it and show us all or whatever the fuck they were trying to do.
Yeah.
And she told me, she puts her hand over the mic and goes, get the hell out of my way, kid. And then got up on there. So shout out to Leslie Ann, you bitch.
But I'd be excited.
Yeah.
To watch Hey Arnold, maybe some Rugrats, some Ah Real Monsters.
Yeah.
And it was Nick Jr.
It was Nick
for hours.
Now,
with face just popping up there.
That fucking face. He was kind of, and the Fly. Do you remember the Fly?
No.
So Face had a friend that was a fly, and they would do these little segments where she would go on she was like supposed to be a news reporter on location interviewing something. Yeah. Yep. And I always remember they did the one about the recycling center. That's the only one I ever remember.
Wow. I wouldn't have thought of that naturally. And then when you described it just a little bit, it kind of all flooded back into my face all at once. Wow. Yep.
Yeah.
And Nick Jr. was great.
Yeah. It was
when you were of that age bracket. But when you were slightly older or like a preteen or a tween, it was like 6 hours of this. There's nothing else to watch.
Right.
It sucked.
And this is the most important thing. When curating this bracket, I had some guidelines, which will also carry over into the greatest Snowday show to watch on a snow day of all time. A, we had to be to school by 7:20. If you were in the high school, I think 8 o'clock if you were in the elementary school.
Yep.
We got out at 2:30 in the high school. 3:30?
3:30. Yes.
Yeah. Like in the elementary school.
20 or something. Yeah.
Right. So the shows had to air after 7:30. Or 7:30. And they could not air after 3:30 when I was curating the list, because there's a good chance you could still catch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were at home, maybe like for you, it was probably a hop, skip, and a jump away from Greater Plains Elementary.
Yeah, I could not be trusted, so I was not allowed to go home, and my parents worked late, so I just I was always one of those after school.
I love that.
Kids.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, let me ask you: have you been able to eat white cheddar popcorn and milk?
Love white cheddar popcorn still?
Still?
Love it.
Oh
Smart
my
food
God.
Or Wise or
no
whatever.
No way.
Yeah, adore it.
Fuck. Dude, I cannot.
Straight milk though? Never. Can't do it.
No?
Nope.
That's all we ever got as a snack at after school program.
Yes, it is.
Was white cheddar popcorn and a fucking carton of milk, which I was told, quote, one time, I can't believe you guys drink straight out of the carton. You would not believe what they looked like when they got here. And ever from that point, I always use a straw, because apparently they would just come all dirty and they would just hose them off in the sink. Yeah. Fucking awesome, right?
Cool.
But I cannot eat white cheddar popcorn.
Oh, that's
I just
a shame.
can't. I love butter popcorn. Yeah. I love like regular cheese, like the cheddar
orange cheese.
Kettle. Fuck yeah. White cheddar popcorn makes me want to vomit.
The only one I don't like is caramel corn. I really am not a huge fan of it. Corn. So when you get those big tins for $3 or whatever, after
the holiday season, we are in the holiday season. I might have to go pick up a can now that you mention it.
Yeah, that
and the Unce white snowball cheese puffs.
Okay.
Fun fact, more as an adult, but when I was at home, we were snowed in for like 3 days. It was that big storm a couple of years ago, and my mom fell asleep, and myself and the person that was living with us at the time was sitting there, and we started to try to throw the cheese balls into my mom's mouth because she fell asleep with her mouth open. And she finally wakes up. One of them finally bounces off her nose, and she wakes up and she looks down. She does not understand why she's covered in cheese puffs. She just starts eating them. And we were just sitting there like, you think she's going to realize, as we had this container next to us? And she was like, oh, where did these come from? I go, I don't know. You grabbed a handful of them when you went, and then you fell asleep, and they're just all over you now. She bought it.
Moving on.
Moving on. We're going to get to this bracket, I promise. If you can tell, I don't really care about this bracket.
Right.
Because, like, I just don't think this is going to win the main tournament, but I feel like this is necessary to do.
Yeah.
Bracket number 1, Tim, brought to us by BuiltBar.com. Of course, head over to BuiltBar.com. Use promo code Professional Casual, all one word, all lowercase, at checkout.
Yeah.
You get 10% off your order. Built Bar Bites. Blowing up.
Yes.
They are huge right now.
The maple pecan.
Oh my God.
I was super excited to try that one.
Yeah.
And I ordered a bunch and they are literally everything I had hoped for.
They are
so good.
They are so fucking good. And they are the
pumpkin chocolate chip one, actually, I'm not a huge like pumpkin flavored fan.
Yeah.
But
was that the limited edition?
It was a limited one. But I believe they have it for the Built Bar minis. I'm not positive on that, but it was also really good.
Yeah, man. The Built Bar Bites are perfect. They're that perfect 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock snack.
They really are.
8 grams of protein, 2 grams of sugar.
No, it's the bites.
The bites.
Yes.
The bites.
Yep.
They're so fucking good. They're just like a little pop in your mouth and you're good to go until you get home for dinner.
Yeah.
They're great. And of course, use promo code Professional Casual, all one word at checkout. Get yourself 10% off.
The Built Boost also, by the way, I know I pimped this one out a lot. I ran out of them and just hadn't reordered.
Yeah.
That week, I didn't know what it was. I was just like, I was dragging.
Yeah.
I was shitty. And it's just like, everything, I couldn't focus on work. And they came back in and I popped one in and it was just like, oh yeah, this is what it's like to be productive. I forgot. They are I love it.
Yeah, they're really good. They're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had the blue one. It was really good.
Cool breeze.
Yeah.
The blue, the pink, and the red are by leaps and bounds the best ones.
I drank it, forgetting what it does to you, and then also drank a Bang. I went on a run and murdered 4 people in the process, but it was totally worth it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no caffeine in the Built Boost at least. So
no, but it's still like you just
those
like
B vitamins.
Yeah, I had so many vitamins in me. I was just fucking raging. Bracket number 1, Tim. Right off the bat, it's the 2 juggernauts going at it.
Okay,
it's Blue's Clues going up against the first, at least one of the first shows ever, if not the first show to ever air on Nick Jr., Eureka's Castle.
Oh,
yes. So let me tell you, Blues. Who doesn't fucking know what Blue's Clues is?
Correct.
Steve had this dog named Blue.
Mrs. Salt, Mr. Pepper, or vice versa.
There was a girl at my old job.
Shovel and Pail.
Yeah. Oh, there was a girl at my old job. Her name was Pepper, named after Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper. Their kid
was actually named after it.
Yep. I thought it was like Sgt. Pepper from the Beatles. Figured her parents were a bunch of hippies. Nope, literally because of the little pepper shaker.
Or Pepper Longstocking.
Peppy? Yeah.
Probably not named after her then.
Maybe. I don't know. Would you ever name your kid Peppy if you had one?
Peppy?
Yeah, if you had a kid, would you name it Peppy?
No.
No, I wouldn't either.
Nope. Like, I don't even like my kids, but that is a name that you give to someone that you don't like ahead of time.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
kids.
Eureka's Castle was baller. Yeah. Fantasy. Eureka was like this wizard-esque girl.
Yeah.
And the dragon had like a button-up. And I'm a huge fan of button-ups.
You are. You're a big button-up guy.
Since middle school and have never stopped. And he was kind of a little chubby dragon too.
Yeah.
And Batley.
Yeah.
Was it Batley?
I think it was Batley.
Was a blue bat with sunglasses and a leather jacket, and he was just too fucking cool. He was, a little typecasted. He'd be the one that would, lie to somebody and then would feel bad about it, and that would be the story or whatever. But like,
he was the antagonist.
Yeah,
yeah. Like in a kid's show, that actually is a smart way to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It was no Zoobly Zoo, but it was.
That's fair.
It was good, and I remember getting a Pizza Hut like puppet toy of Batley, and it was like the raddest shit ever.
Was it like the hard plastic?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Good times. I got something from that. Maybe it was a Street Sharks one or something.
Yeah.
Same concept. So I didn't actually know what Eureka's Castle was when the research team brought this to me. The greatest research team on the planet brought this bracket to me, but I looked it up. And I realized what it finally was. I'd only ever seen one episode of this when I was very young. And looking at it, right? and music playing. For some reason, I thought that dragon was Puff the Magic Dragon, and this was the music video for Puff the Magic Dragon.
He did look incredibly similar.
Yes. So I just assumed that's what it was. So when I Googled this and I looked it up, I went, oh, that's Puff the Magic Dragon, which I just recently learned is a song about drugs.
Rumor has it that is the case. Yes.
I had no idea. Good for them.
I'm going to flag this. Isn't Breaker or Bane on the research team on the Patreon?
Are they?
I feel like we would need to mention that.
I think
if they talked about how shitty our research team was and they're fucking on it for the Patreon.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I can't look it up now, but I believe one of them is.
Well, I know Bane gives us money on the Patreon.
Yeah.
And isn't that the $1 tier? The research team is the $1 tier? Yeah, so it's definitely Bane.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Breaker, but I think it's definitely Bane.
It's funny. Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind. Anyway, so...
Yeah.
I always thought this was like Puff the Magic Dragon.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
It was not Blue's Clues good. At no point in Eureka's Castle were you sitting in your thinking chair to think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Think.
Tim.
You had to use your mind and take a step at a time. But you could do anything that you want to do.
Absolutely right.
Blue's Clues, Dark Horse. Not even the Dark Horse. The bright blue horse.
Yeah.
Now, if this was Blue's Clues with Joe and Magenta was around, this might have gone a different way. But
no, because again, this had to air.
Yes, before 1999.
Yeah, before 1999, and that happened. I think in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yep. Yeah. So Blue's Clues.
What is the story that you know about why Steve left?
So I had heard all the rumors about he suicided or he died or he cocaine overdosed or whatever, but he just had a band and went to pursue that, is my understanding. He was just done with the show and wanted to move on. Interesting,
because that's not what I had heard. I've never actually heard that one.
So that he had a band and wanted to move on?
Yeah.
That's what he said in an interview.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is certainly still alive and around.
Right. So my understanding was, so I had heard the same thing, like suicide, that he had done some inappropriate things with some parents, not so much the kids, but like he was like banging moms or something like that.
Why would he not?
Meet and greets. Realistically, that's what I would do.
Right.
Like if I'm going to be part of it, like I'm getting into it just to bang the moms.
You're going to slimer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just buckets.
Yeah, absolutely.
From your Nickelodeon blimp.
Because those moms are for sure gonna want to tap this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I am probably their bread and butter for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had heard like that had happened. Now the story that I had heard of why he left was because he had the thing where you lose your hair. Your hair.
Alopecia?
Yeah, that he had alopecia and he didn't want to make kids uncomfortable. So he was stepping away from the show. Which like then later on when he was doing like some like weird modeling stuff, he was bald.
Yeah.
Like alopecia bald. And then when he comes back fairly recently.
Yeah.
He's wearing a hat and that's why he was wearing the hat.
Oh.
Because he was bald underneath. He didn't want to upset kids.
I guess I did hear the cancer one too.
I had heard that as well, yeah.
But no, I know he had a band and he just went to pursue other things and he,
worked out well for him.
And he was on that show for a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't need to work anymore.
Yeah, that dude. And if he was on the syndication contract,
He certainly got royalties.
yeah, he's got friends. He's got friends money. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, dude never has to work another day in his life.
Correct.
Blue's Clues. Moving on though. I mean, duh.
Yeah.
Bracket number 2 brought to us, of course, by our great friends over at Skillshare.
Yeah.
Click the link in the description below and get yourself, some education.
Figure out,
Maybe you want to learn how to write a kid's show.
Maybe you want to learn how to be able to record a podcast remotely.
Right.
Maybe you want to learn how to assert yourself to your peers and your friends.
Sure.
To make sure that they spell your name correctly.
Absolutely. Maybe perhaps you want to learn how to create a successful business online.
Yes.
Right.
Maybe you want to learn how to write a good young adult fantasy novel.
Put that one on the list, Peck.
Actually, quick shout out to Cam from WreckMyPodcast, who's currently been working on a fantasy novel. I'm actually super stoked.
Really?
Yeah, super stoked to read
that's actually super dope.
Because he's super into dark humor and that type of stuff. I think I have high hopes.
With his farts degree?
With his farts degree. Yep.
Right. Okay, cool. Actually did not know that he was doing that. Yeah. I know that he was like on the verge of reshooting a movie or something that he had made.
Yeah, him and Joe
from
made a horror movie.
Yes, and they had talked about like reshooting it, and I don't know where that ended up, but it sounded like that was going to happen at some point.
I believe they were going to release the first version at least on their Patreon. As like a bonus thing, so that would be cool to see.
It would be really cool if they took more of our ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy like that. This bracket, Tim, we've got actually one of my personal favorites, Gullah Gullah Island.
Okay.
Going up against a show that I don't totally remember, but I remember, like, I don't think I ever watched it, but I remember the commercials for it.
Yeah.
Little Bill.
Oh, Little Bill. I mean, it's Little Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
And like Angela Anaconda / like South Park animation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that kind of like weird flat papery moving bits around.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you like to say about Little Bill?
Little Bill was awesome.
Was it?
For a lot of reasons.
Okay, tell me why.
One, I was slightly too old for it at the time it came out.
Sure.
But you know how every kid show has those moments where it's just the protagonist like staring at the screen, like waiting for you to
yes,
to say something or figure something out. Because of Little Bill's animation style, they would constantly animate the blinks of just all of these crude construction paper cutouts just staring at the screen, like waiting for you to answer. And the entire show was pretty much about Little Bill getting shit on. Like,
yeah, kind of, sort of.
He was a bald kid that everyone made fun of. It was like pre-Caillou.
Yeah.
Like, except people actually liked Little Bill. And it was based off of like Bill Cosby's childhood.
Yeah.
So it would like teach a lesson, but then it's like also everyone made fun of Bill because he's bald and then they shit all over him and ruined his birthday party. Little Bill is great. I really liked Little Bill.
Yeah.
What was the first one? Oh, Gullah Gullah Island?
Gullah Gullah Island, of course, was I think it was supposed to be set in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And of course it was like live action and they had like the giant puppet frog and that thing was like super dope.
It was like a dude in a costume. Like they were right. Was it? Because it was like human sized.
Yeah. It was like a human sized frog.
Yeah.
It was like a Big Bird style puppet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It was like super dope. I really liked it. The mom on that show, I think, was also on Hanging with Mr. Cooper, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, I'd watch Hanging with Mr. Cooper when I got home on TNT. She also was on that show. And I'm like, oh, she has, like, a really bad Jamaican accent in this. But, like, I can't think of the theme song. I can hear it in my head, but I can't produce it.
I remember it.
Yeah.
Gullah. Gullah, 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 Gullah. Gullah Gullah, Gullah Island. Hey, motherfuckers, this is Gullah Gullah Island. I'm like 99% on that.
I am like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it went.
It was sung by The Offspring.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's no Daft Punk, but
I never really watched this one much. I had an aversion to large human-sized puppets. For whatever reason, it never bothered me in Sesame Street.
Right.
But
is it because it felt too real? Like there's a part of Sesame Street that makes me feel like that they were real. Like that they weren't puppets, they were real creatures even though they were puppets.
Gullah Gullah Island kind of rode that line where like it was a dude in a frog costume that didn't have as much volume as say like Big Bird, because Big Bird would move naturally, but like I mean the dude was effectively wearing a yellow Christmas tree, right? You know what I mean? While the frog in Gullah Gullah Island was like a dude in a costume that you could buy from like Spirit Halloween. That was very good. Yeah, but he would like jump around, and because there wasn't. I mean, it was, I don't know, just something, you know what I mean? Like when someone dresses as like a dog or a horse and the arms are obviously jointed incorrectly. Right. And they are trying to move like the animal. It just, so I don't know.
Dan's very familiar with that.
Yes.
Yes. Dan knows a lot about that disjointed animal movement.
Yes, he does. Yeah. Well, he has actually a great story. Maybe he would tell it sometime either on the show or on the Patreon, but definitely hit him up. Ice Dan _ DH. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. HDH. Yeah. And ask him about the fur pile story. Okay. I guess his first time at a furry convention, there was a fur pile. I mean, there's fur piles at all those things. Yeah. But I guess it did not exactly go how we thought it would.
Oh, I'd love to get him on the show and talk about that.
Yeah. No, I think that would be a good story.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's Little Bill moving on.
Little Bill is moving on only because it didn't make me disassociate, and seeing that frog on Gullah Gullah Island did.
Sure, that makes sense.
Also, it said motherfucker in the intro, which I
that's
just
not
felt
appropriate
was
for children.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. That's ridiculous. Bracket number 3, Tim.
Yeah.
Brought to us by our good sponsors, our trash removal sponsors.
Yeah.
Here at Elite Eight Showdown. It's Spirit Dragon Games, bud.
Yes.
Huge sponsor, huge reason of how we're able to do our Twitch show.
Yeah.
Every Monday at 7 p.m. Marvel Crisis Protocol. Oh, yeah, the power phase.
Oh, yeah, the power phase.
We literally shoot it in their establishment.
They shut down their store for us to be able to stream from there. It's they are awesome. They have an incredible store. You can buy all of this stuff there online using code Professional Casual at checkout. Get your free shipping.
BeardedDragonGames.online.
Yeah, I mean it's our LGS. It's our local game store. Help support small business, especially for Christmas. Great time. They have a bunch of stuff up there.
At the time that this drops, the sooner you get over there, the better, to guarantee of whatever you buy for Christmas will get to you by the 25th.
Yes.
If I am not mistaken, International would have to be out by the 14th of December.
Yep.
2-day priority has to be done by the 20th this year, not the 21st. And I'll be honest, with current climate situations going on with the pandemic, I would give yourself plenty of time. Now, here's the nice thing. Bearded Dragon Games Down Online is stacked. As the kids would say, dumb thick.
Yeah.
With product.
Thick. Collectible card games, tabletop RPGs, mini games, mini war games, Marvel Crisis Protocol, Warhammer stuff, Dungeons & Dragons stuff, dice, board games that are family friendly, board games that are for more adult audiences, board games for everything in between. And if you haven't checked out the board game scene in the last 10 years, holy shit, there so much rad stuff there.
I'll say this. If there is a video game you love, there is for sure a better board game out there for that fandom. Peck.
Motherfucker.
Love that guy, though.
Yeah.
I think he's the reason why this all happens.
Yeah.
He set all this up, all this camera stuff up. But I will say this. Board games, out of control. I'll be honest. Are you done? I have been promoting Marvel Crisis Protocol so much, I'm starting to get people into it. People are checking it out more, especially with, of course, X-Men having come out now.
Yes. The Magneto model is so awesome.
I've been watching live streams of people painting that. That thing is way more detailed than half of the stuff. They really are cranking up the detail.
Yeah.
Like, I saw Doctor Strange's and I was like, meh. Like, I just recently put them together and tried to start painting them. And I'm like, some of the details kind of lost. From what I'm seeing on this Magneto one, man, they really brought the thunder. And you get fucking Toad in it.
And I'm so happy Toad's in it. So happy.
And his old, like, carnival costume. Like,
that orange and purple.
Yeah. I'm so happy with the amount of detail that they have for Magneto. All the X-Men, well, not all the X-Men, but all your favorite 90s X-Men are out at the time of this recording.
Mystique, Beast, Toad, Cyclops, Magneto, Wolverine, Sabretooth.
That's it.
That's it.
And
that was 7. Who am I missing?
Storm. Well, she's not Omega level, so what's the fucking point,
Right.
But what's really, really important to point out about this, Tim, is those affiliation cards giving us those teases.
Yeah.
Cable's coming out, Domino's coming out, fucking Juggernaut's coming out. I am
Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I'm a huge Scarlet Witch fan.
I really hope that Juggernaut is not just another Hulk, but you know what? That's another time for another show.
He's going to be Hulk with movement.
I hope so.
Like he's going to have.
He's going to be Hulk with a charge.
Additional dice. Yes.
Yeah, he's going to be Hulk with a charge. Is my guess. Anyway, head over there. If you want to see more of what we're talking about, head over to bearddragongames.online. And thank you once again. Tim, bracket number 3. It's Bob the Builder, another Juggernaut, literally.
Yeah.
Can he fix it, Tim?
Yes, he can.
Yes, he can. I also kind of always appreciated its art style.
Yeah.
It was soft.
Yep.
Soft and rounded, but that fucking head, man.
It was claymation, but was it? It was smooth. It was stop motion, but just really pristine.
It was really good. Like I wondered if it was maybe CG or something. It was so really well put together. It's going up against actually one of my favorites of all time. And actually, I have a funny story about your brother with this show. It's The Busy World of Richard Scarry.
All right.
Yeah. Now, if you don't know about the Busy World of Richard Scarry, if you remember that floor mat of the town as a kid that you always had, that is actually what the show was based off of, was that playmat.
Yep.
Of course, I think it had a bunch of book iterations as well.
Yep.
It was a cat, and they lived in a busy world.
It was Roald Dahl, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the funny thing is your brother and I used to go. We're in the same class, 4th grade. I had just watched. It was a snow day, and I had just watched an episode of Richard Scarry where the hippo on that show was trying to learn how to skateboard. Your brother was a huge skateboarding kid.
He was.
And they tied like pillows around themselves and stuff, and they were trying to teach the hippo how to skateboard. I hung out with Jeremy at school, not so much out, but I never hung out with anybody outside of school. Like when I got to hang out was at school because mom was like, no friends over ever.
Yeah.
It was a cult thing. I don't want to talk about it. But we
I'm the same way with my kids. I don't want other people knowing how we live.
Yeah. I don't want
with our one naked light bulb and our one chair that we all ate around instead of the dinner table.
She doesn't want to have to. The only person who was ever invited over was Daryl. Shout out to Daryl Blanchard, our friend Daryl.
Yeah, shout out to Daryl.
Yeah, probably because at the time she probably felt like he was beneath us and now he's doing like 1,000 times better than I ever wish I could. So shout out to Daryl. Also, my mom took care of Daryl. Like when we were younger, she used to take care of him.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, I'll never forget it. He ate my last fruit roll up, and I'm still mad about it to this day. My mom gave him my last fruit roll up. Whatever.
Daryl was always so righteously vindictive.
Yeah.
He would put up with so much shit from other people. And then there'd be one thing that he would do that would just like flip him. And he'd be like, no, I trashed his car and lit his house on fire because he said that he would go to this movie with me. But then he said he was sick beforehand. And I was like, what? All right, man.
Yeah,
I could get it for a lot of the other things that I've done, but I felt a little ill that day. I wasn't super excited about seeing The Hills Have Eyes 2. So maybe I faked it a little bit, but like, shit, man, that was excessive. One time we had a wrestling match. One time we had a wrestling match. It was going to be me and my buddy Richie against him and
Damaged Goods Daryl.
Damaged Goods. Damaged against Daryl and Gordon and Jordan. And we were supposed to have a third, and the third didn't show up. So it was just me and Richie, who had never done this before, against 3 people that are apparently doing it all the time. And they stayed up the night before, super late, didn't get any sleep. I was like, I need to be ready for this. I'm probably going to get my ass kicked, so I need to be prepared mentally and physically and get a good rest. And I was sleeping, and he kicks in the fucking door to our apartment because we were living together at the time, and effectively did the, well, I didn't sleep last night, so neither will you, fucker. And I was like, you're not going to have an advantage on us just because we were real responsible. And I was like, oh, you piece of shit. And then, I mean, I beat Daryl. Because I'm a very large person. I was larger at that time, and he is not a large person.
No, he is not.
And I got on top of him, and that's it. I just stayed there, and he never tapped out, and I wasn't going to move. So
nice.
Yeah.
I remember one time he injured his neck and had to wear a neck brace and would never wear it because it also fit around his waist, and he could wear it like a championship belt. Yeah.
Daryl and I lit ourselves on fire so much in that apartment. Shout out to Daryl. He doesn't support us or listen to any of our stuff.
He has recommended some things that he would like to see us cover over at the Space Between, and then we just never do it. But anyway, to go back to the original story. So I had watched this. I was talking with your brother, and I was like, hey, do you think you could teach me how to skateboard? And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, you know what we should probably have to do, though? We might have to tie some pillows around me in case I fall. And he looked at me, and he was like, yeah, we could probably do that. I never learned how to skateboard from him. Yeah. That was the extent of the story.
Thanks.
Yeah. It was a lot funnier. It was a lot funnier in my head at the time when it happened, because I was just like, yeah, like I'm probably going to like put a pillow on my ass in case I fall down a lot. And he didn't find it as funny as I did.
I loved that one of the main characters was a worm named Wormly with a stupid fucking Peter Pan hat.
Yep.
I actually liked Busy World of Richard Scarry a lot.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
It was never a Snowday show for me.
No.
But what it was a huge summer show.
Okay.
Because I had swimming lessons at the pool at like 8:30, and it was like on at 8 o'clock. It was like one of the first shows. So it was always what we were watching because I was too old for it, but Jeremy wasn't.
Yeah.
So we had to watch that before we went to swimming lessons.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. I really liked Busy World of Richard Scarry.
What's it against?
It's going up against the juggernaut that is Bob the Builder, though.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so this is the thing. Bob the Builder is still on to this day.
I think so.
Unless fucking that Pup Patrol finally bounced it out of its time slot. I don't know, but Bob the Builder was like aesthetically was awesome.
Everyone knew that fucking jingle.
Yeah, everyone knows the jingle, so it was catchy as hell. It was Blue's Clues for its generation.
Yeah.
Like Blue's Clues kind of had already started fading out, wasn't nearly as popular. Bob the Builder had come in, and it was teaching kids about carpentry, and like blue collar level jobs and things like that. Which I know some people that were like, yeah, it's because of Bob the Builder that I'm like involved in metal work and welding. Like, you got to pick a winner here.
I really want to move Busy World of Richard Scarry ahead because I feel it was more important to me, but Bob the Builder was just such a fucking powerhouse.
It was.
Everyone knew that jingle. Everyone knew what it was. It didn't matter your age. You were aware of it. Well, Busy World of Richard Scarry, if you were watching Nick Jr. in the early 90s, you were aware of it. Yeah. But you may not have ever watched Nick Jr. and you know who Bob the Builder is.
Absolutely. So, if this was cult classics, I would say absolutely Richard Scarry.
Yeah, Wormly would get the MVP for that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Bob the Builder has to move on.
Bob the Builder moving on, of course. Bracket number 4 brought to us. This is the last month they're sponsoring, Tim.
The last week?
Right, the last week that they're sponsoring us, Tim.
I think they already had 4, but...
this is the fourth one. This is the fourth one. It is, of course, Power Hour Pro Wrestling, produced and made by who you heard earlier, Breaker and Bane.
Yeah.
It's a YouTube thing. I'm trying to be as nice as possible since Travis Fowler did give us $10 to promote this. It's a pro wrestling federation that's done through WWE 2K19. Click the link in the description below to send you over there. They're so unpopular, Tim, that they don't even have 100 followers yet, so they can get their own YouTube channel domain.
What type of YouTube channel doesn't have 100 subscribers to be able to have their own custom?
Yeah.
Speaking of...
Here's the thing. I'll just say this. Shows you how great your fan base is if you send this out and you don't even have 100 people just mercy subscribe to you so you can control your own URL.
Speaking of, also check out the show notes to see our YouTube link where we don't have 100 subscribers yet, but we need it to, be able to make that custom tag. So if you could go and subscribe there too.
Right. But here's the thing, Tim. We also haven't been promoting it for weeks.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Tim, now, can you explain what this YouTube channel is a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, no, I am. I'm getting there. So Power Hour Pro Wrestling, here's the thing. It's actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
I hate that it's good. If you love Breaker and Bane's, if you love Breaker and Bane's shitting on us, then you're going to fucking love this because I'm in their federation and they just shit on me the whole time. When I'm out there, they put me in a ridiculous, stupid fucking costume that's like chef related because in a past life I was a chef. And they're just like, oh, what did I do? Wing on a dinghy, shooty booty. Look at Charles. He looks like a freaking turd. Dumb son, bitch. Dipshit. That's what they keep calling me every time. It's like, dipshit. What the fuck? You ever think? You ever got a neck breaker, Bane? Well, hell no, I've never had a neck breaker because I've never been in a wrestling ring. Well, I have, and it fucking hurts. That's essentially what the show is. It is actually really good. It is actually really good. No, head over there, check it out. They just crowned their first champion at their first pay-per-view.
Oh.
Ghost Goblins and Grapple Holds, and at the time of this recording, that has dropped. Also, their second pay-per-view. It's not Brawl for All. It's like Turkey Brawl or something like that. It's called. I don't remember. I should have probably looked it up. But our research
Free Fall or something like that.
Yeah,
I checked it out earlier and it looked pretty.
Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, our research team's a bunch of garbage, so it's kind of hard for us to look things up here.
Who's on our research team?
Oh, well, we got Timothy.
Yeah,
MVP over there.
Mm-hmm.
We got Patricia.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we have everyone on the Patreon who gives $1.
Oh yeah, because the $1 tier is the research department.
It is. Yes, you get an honorary research position.
Isn't that the tier that Bane subscribes to?
Oh, is it?
Was Bane's part of the research team, isn't he?
Bane's part of the shitty research team?
Yeah, I think so.
No wonder it's shitty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Weird.
Huh.
Weird. Tim, it's Little Bear going up against the other juggernaut of Nick Jr., Dora the Explorer.
This is pretty much a rematch of the third round because I loved Little Bear.
Yeah, Little Bear was so good. Of course, this is the television show adaptation of the book.
Yes.
Little Bear.
By Golden Books.
Right. Oh, I was going to put Berenstain Bears on here. Also a PBS show. We were talking before we started rolling.
PBS had bangers.
Yeah, you were like, how about this show? Why didn't it make it on there? All PBS.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is specifically Nick Jr.
Arthur, Franklin.
Yep.
Wishbone.
Yep. Clifford, the big red dog.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. And they may have eventually aired on Nick Jr. because Nick Jr. Nickelodeon did end up buying a lot of their rights.
Yeah.
When PBS's contract to have these shows produced, Nick Jr. fucking went in and just bought anything that was successul. So at one point, Arthur was on the Nick Jr., but it definitely wasn't.
It was syndicated on Nick.
Right. Nick, and it was definitely after 1999, which of course was a requirement for this. Dora the Explorer almost didn't make the cut. It was 1999 in October or December. So technically, I almost debated not putting it on, but
because that's a strong contender.
It's a strong contender.
Got a live action movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's still on. It's still on. It's still on and is popular and successful as anything that's on this bracket.
The other huge important thing too.
Yeah.
Go ahead and add this to the apology list.
Go ahead.
Funny or Die had a Dora the Explorer movie sketch that they did starring Ariel Winter from Modern Family.
Yeah. Who is attractive.
She is attractive, and it was pre-breast reduction surgery too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I kind of, again, she'll always just be a underage child in my mind.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of forget that she had big boobies.
Yep. That's why they always put her in sweatshirts and hoodies and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they were too big.
Good for her.
You know?
Her sister on that show is also stupid hot.
She was, and then she got some weird bone disease or something, and now she looks all deformed.
Oh.
Like in the last few seasons of Modern Family, the bone structure of her face got all wonky.
Oh.
I wasn't into it.
Put that on the list. That's kind of mean.
Oh yes,
That's kind of harsh.
I don't think it was really.
But Julie Bowman
face looks like that.
Still
Yeah, Julie
it.
Bowman, the
Yeah.
unenthusiastic hand job of Modern Family. Listen, it gets the job done.
It does.
Just not something you're going to fondly remember.
I'd rather have that than the last girl I had sex with.
Oh, who's that?
Not important who it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because she might be listening, so I'll be nice.
Oh, she lives in India?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I took a trip over there. I wanted to see our fan base.
Yeah, fair.
We're huge. We're the Hasselhoff of India.
We are the Hasselhoff of India. Thank you, by the way.
Shout out to all our fans in India.
Yeah.
I really hope that nobody ever looks up our numbers to see that this is not a joke and that we're actually gigantic. I hope everyone just continually
assumes it's a joke.
Yeah, assumes it's a joke and that does not understand
until
that
we do a live show from
until we literally are
Delhi.
Yeah, literally our numbers are so big in India, it's literally blowing all the other shows out of the water in the world.
Yeah.
That's how big it is.
Yep.
But Little Bear, Tim.
Little Bear was awesome. Little Bear had a bunch of animal friends.
Yeah.
They animated his arms like correctly for how bear paws would be. So like it would look like he was being like doing something weird with his hands at first, and you're like, no, that's how bears' wrists are. It was anatomically correct.
Yeah.
I really liked Little Bear a lot.
Always had a scarf.
Always had that scarf.
Yeah.
Also, similar to Little Bear, Little Bill, Little Bear also got shit on by all of his friends all the time. And I like kid shows where the protagonist gets shit on all the time.
I feel like that was more often than not a really big part of like little kid development shows like this. Why do you think that is?
Because little kids are fucking dickheads.
Yeah, that's true.
Like real bad.
And more importantly, they're teaching you to just pretty much suck it up and take it.
They are.
Yeah, and forgive them. When in actuality, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe you should just teach your kids not to be a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah. I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah. Hit them back.
Yeah.
If any kids are listening to this, first off, please don't. But second off, if you're getting bullied, hit them back.
Yeah.
Like, stand up for yourself. Don't do it all the time.
Right.
But, like, make sure when that dickhead that's constantly picking on you for whatever gives you shit, fucking clock him. Just once.
Just once.
Just once. You only need once.
Yeah.
And then fuck his mom.
I would.
And then get her arrested for pedophilia. That's the old kaboom! You know?
The old razzle dazzle.
The old razzle dazzle.
Fuck her and then get her in trouble for pedophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're a child.
Yeah, absolutely.
Watching Nick Jr.
Yeah.
Fucking bitches. Punching hoes.
What's moving on here, Tim?
Dora the Explorer has to move on.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Boots was kind of a bitch. Map. I've seen people replace Map with a fleshlight that they put the same face on.
Yeah.
Really fucking funny to me.
That is actually really good.
But Swiper was legit.
Yeah.
He was just a guy trying to get his nut, you know?
You're not wrong. Also, I think an important thing that it failed at doing, but was trying to teach American kids how to appreciate other cultures.
Yes. So actually that was super important in that it did, you know, effectively create a bunch of mildly bilingual children.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good on them. But they did that like waiting for the audience to answer too fucking long.
Everything.
Way too long.
Everything. And it was not only too long, it was everything that happened.
Yeah. Half of that show, minimum, was Dora staring at the screen blinking.
Yeah.
And not in the kind of creepy way Little Bill would.
Yeah.
And just shout out to Little Bill, because it makes the fact that Bill Cosby ended up being the shitbag that he is makes that creepy staring so much better for me. Like as an adult, like I just appreciate it so much more because it was like foreshadowing. But anyway,
that's fair.
Dude's a mob boss now in prison, by the way.
Is he
Bill
really?
Cosby? Yeah, he's in a wheelchair. He can't fucking move, but like he has a posse that surrounds him at all times, gets him anything he needs.
I mean, yeah, that's fair because like if you go to jail for like sexual assault, you're usually a fucking target.
Well, very specifically for child abuse,
right?
You will get most likely killed,
right?
But that's why you fuck your bully's mom, so she goes to jail for pedophilia and gets the old,
absolutely, yes,
the ice pick surprise.
Semifinal round.
But Dora moves on.
Yeah. Dora moves on. Semifinal round. Tim.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. I hate to tell you. It's Blue's Clues versus Little Bill. It's brought to us, though, by patreon.com/professional casual. Head over there and get all of our literally metric
shit ton of stuff.
So much stuff.
Stuff.
I got my Big Chuckin' vlogs up there.
Mm-hmm.
Check out Dani's fat ass blogs.
Yes.
Yeah. They're actually really good.
We've got something for everyone.
Yeah.
Dan does the nerd news.
When he feels like it.
Yeah, it's been months. But you have my State of the Unions, where I just ramble about a bunch of shit that I like and give you upcoming stuff on the network.
What I really like about those is sometimes we get them 2 weeks in a row. Yes. Because people forget to send you vlogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be as big in India as you are.
Right.
To be able to send me several at a time.
Uh-huh.
Because not only is that convenient.
Right.
But
I was very smart when I came up with the Big Chuckin' vlog to never have it gimmicked.
Yes.
So I could literally just talk about anything and that there's no time frame around it. Mm-hmm. So I can shoot because I have to set up cameras, man, and light. And actually, shout out to all our Patreons. They finally gave me enough money so I could buy a backdrop. I bought a pizza.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So I was really excited when I started watching those, and I was like, is that a green screen that he put a pizza on?
No.
Or is that a pizza backdrop?
It's a pizza backdrop.
Oh, I love it.
No. Getting a green screen and then me trying to figure out how to do that. Too much.
Well, that's why I was like, that's excessive because it doesn't take up the whole background.
No.
But like, it's big enough that like, if he did that to just put a pizza on that, I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah.
Pretty impressed.
Are you?
Yeah.
What else can they find over there, Tim?
Bonus episodes of pretty much every show that we have on the network. A shit ton of bonus content. And I mean like full shows and series worth.
Yeah.
Anything that we trial out for the network while we're getting everything figured out, we put it up there usually for months.
Yeah.
Ahead of time. Also, all the videos from any of our shows.
If there's one thing I love, it's giving content ahead of time to people that's eventually going to get released for free. Love it. Can't get enough of it.
None of our stuff will end up being released for free.
I know, but I'm just saying in general.
Because, listen, it's gated for a reason.
Yeah.
Because the people that we appreciate, the people that appreciates us.
Exactly. When you have this great caliber of content, you can't give it away for free.
You can't.
No.
You can't.
I mean, where would you give you this show?
It is the only place you can get the Grim Podcast of Perilous Adventure videos for every episode.
It's where you can
Lost
get these,
Omens will
these
be,
videos.
In multiple places. But Kapapa locked it down.
Done. It's Blue's Clues versus Little Bill, bud. I'm sorry.
Much like the sleepy prison lord himself, Blue's Clues runs this shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I dated a girl with a Blue's Clues tattoo, kind of like not on the small of her back, but like above like the kidney.
Okay, that's a weird spot.
It is, but it was a really nice gripping spot. So I appreciated her. And then I would always make a Blue's Clues joke afterwards. And it was nice.
Uh-huh. At least you know what? At least you could find that clue.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if
there was another one somewhere that I could never
clue.
find. She would always complain about me not finding it, but I didn't care.
No.
So
you found the one. That's
I found the one.
Yeah.
Who cares if there's two more?
Yeah, exactly. Fuck it. Blue's Clues moving on.
Blue's Clues moved on. I mean, you can't.
You can't.
I can't even argue that one.
No. Our other semifinal bracket could be brought to you by you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Email us. Look, it's the fucking bracket sponsor plug here. Okay. I'm running out of gas.
Also, apparently, Kreger was going to sponsor a bracket until we had that episode where we said, Kreger, just fucking sponsor this bracket. You know you want to.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess, Kreger, don't you fucking dare send $10 on PayPal to tfrance@stny.rr.com to sponsor this bracket.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking dare do that.
Know your fucking place, Kreger. Here's the thing. If there is one thing that's going to teach us a really is really going to hurt our feelings and teach us a really good lesson. It's our enemies giving us money to promote their stuff on their show. Yeah. On our show. Actually, if they give us money to promote their stuff on their show, that'd also be cool. But
yeah.
Either or. Dealer's choice here. Whatever you want to do. Give us $10.
I don't know if you guys listened to the Birdstein and Peck episode, but one of the things that hurt me the most about listening to that episode, I wasn't on it,
right?
Obviously, but was hearing Birdstein talk so much about how he loved Wolverine.
Yeah.
Having us talk about things that we don't really care for or that we hate, or alternatively, having someone else on our show do it so that we have to listen to it or edit it, hurts us a lot. So whether you love us or hate us, honestly, $10.
But this is
your job done.
Like most pleasurable pain, you got to pay for it.
You got to pay for it.
You got to pay your mistress. Yep. You know what I'm saying? It is Bob the Builder versus Dora the Explorer. This is gangbusters. This is a big deal. This is going up against the Juggernaut. Yeah. This is the
cruiserweight. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a cruiserweight. Yeah, I would say this is the cruiserweight division.
Yep.
I mean, it's Bob the Builder. That's where I'm leaning more towards Bob the Builder. Here's the thing: Dora the Explorer, still a monster. People still singing Dora or however the fuck that thing.
Dora.
Right.
Explorer. I think.
Close enough. I've seen the other video of Dora the Explorer where what's the thing's name?
Diego?
No, the other one.
Boots?
No, the other one.
Swiper?
Yeah, where Swiper gives the old to Dora.
Yeah.
And they're just like Dora, like that.
Yeah.
Not as kid friendly as the actual show.
No.
But regardless of that,
doesn't count if the boots were on though.
That is actually true. So. Yeah. If a rule college,
she really got the monkey off her back.
If my mom's old college rule doesn't apply, as long as all feet are on the floor, doesn't matter.
Oh.
Yep.
Huh.
That was the rule. You had to have all feet on the floor in college. I don't know, man. It's fucking old people. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who's going to go try to take on the irresistible force that is Blue's Clues?
So, I might make some people mad with this one.
Oh my God. Are we going to upset Dan again?
We're going to upset Dan again. Dora the Explorer is more popular. Dora the Explorer is also significantly more annoying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk poorly about Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder is also within the same weight class for popularity, but is certainly less popular.
Absolutely.
But we're talking about the best.
The best, man.
Bob is the best.
Bob is the best. He's going up against the Juggernaut. This is the finals, Tim.
Yeah.
The final bracket. It's Blue's Clues, the irresistible force going up against the unmovable object that is Bob the Builder. Because he constructed it himself, he is the immovable object.
He is.
But he's going up against the irresistible force, that clue finding son of a bitch.
This one I really don't know. I feel like...
Let me pitch him to you.
Okay.
Blue's Clues was the first huge breakout show that Nick Jr. had.
Yeah.
Was there Eureka's Castle? Absolutely. Was there Allegra's Window? Fucking whatever the hell that was.
Yeah.
Did they have a ton of other very popular cartoon shows that did not fall in the Nick Jr. slot?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Rugrats, Rocko's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, whatever, you know? But they weren't in that Nick Jr. bracket.
Yep.
People didn't even know what Nick Jr. was really until Blue's Clues came out. Blue's Clues is quite possibly the most important television show for little kids. It taught us how to find things, like detective-like skills, right? It taught us, normal shapes, normal sizes, whatever.
Oh, yeah. He could jump into pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. He could travel.
Pre-Mario 64.
Yeah.
Mario 64 almost completely based off of Blue's Clues. Of Blue's Can Do and Here Can To Him.
You're absolutely right.
I completely forgot about that part.
Blue's Clues is the reason to this day why I use the U.S. Postal Mail Service.
Blue's Clues to this day is why I carry around my handy dandy notebook.
How bad did you want that crayon?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
but I want
right?
that crayon. And it was a real crayon.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other shows would have used a marker. So it made it, but you could see, you know how you write with the crayon, there's all those little white bits where the wax just doesn't quite. It was there. It was there. It was real.
And more importantly, and this is where the best pitch is, the point where they stop to wait for the kid watching to answer them, they would have somebody go, over there, there's a clue over there.
Yes.
No other show on here, I think, had anybody, I have nothing to base this on other than my shitty memory, had no other voice actor that would have that kid be cute. And they were giving children jobs early in their life to possibly pursue a love.
Dora didn't have that. Dora had dead fucking silence.
Dead fucking silence. That's why it got eliminated.
You know,
did Bob the Builder even have the stop and answer me?
I don't think so.
I don't think I ever watched Bob the Builder, to be honest.
Bob the Builder also never had a celebrity scandal.
That's true.
Like, we have no idea if any of those scandals were true.
Yeah.
At one point, I think I felt like I heard the Marilyn Manson rib taking out story about Joe about Steve from Blue's Clues too.
That rib story. I still believe it. I still think it happened.
The other one of my favorite stories like that is the, was it Sheryl Crow? No, Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
Blew so many guys after one of her concerts that her stomach had to be pumped from semen. I've heard that about other older female artists too, but like
that's weird.
That's one of the best ones. Is like, well, I need to go to Alanis Morissette concert, obviously. 12-year-old me thought, finally, I'll get some action.
Yikes. That's fair. But Bob the Builder.
Yeah, Bob the Builder was.
I would say was aesthetically nicer to look at.
Yep.
Didn't have a creepy dude who lived alone with a dog.
But honestly, Bob the Builder probably hit his real peak of popularity in the 2000s.
That is true. Like, here's the thing. He got started. We weren't watching it when we were kids in elementary school.
Yep.
And by the time that it was to its full popularity, you know what also came on at that time? Jerry Springer. And what would I have rather watched? The show that my mom told me I was never allowed to watch, but she was not home to tell me that I couldn't, or fucking Bob the Builder. You know?
Yeah.
Blue's Clues was enjoyable regardless. Didn't matter the age. Still really good. Music, you know, they had songs, they had dancing. We were going to solve mysteries.
Yep.
It was what Scooby-Doo should have been.
Dog and mysteries. That's all you need.
Dog and mysteries.
Yep.
But Bob the Builder, man, like, it's teaching kids building skills. It's teaching kids to understand and appreciate problem solving at a blue collar level, which at this point, it's the only thing that's teaching kids that these are good, successful jobs.
Right.
I shout out to Kreger. That guy probably makes like $60,000 a year being a welder right now.
Yeah.
And he's not even actually a welder. He's like some guy who's, I'm going to be a welder someday. You know what I mean? Like, he's learning. He's getting there. He's getting his certifications. But like, those people who looked at Bob the Builder and was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, are dumb thick with money.
Dummy thick with money. Also, in Bob the Builder's positive traits corner, was not a prompt the audience and wait for an answer show, which so many were. But Blue's Clues pretty much created the category.
Absolutely.
And did it well.
And many tried to succeed it and didn't. They same level, but I would argue Blue's Clues is God tier.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that said, I think that Blue's Clues has to win this because it started, peaked, and finished in the 90s or before 1999, while I do not think Bob the Builder had peaked until the 2000s.
I accept this as your answer. Blue's Clues will be moving on to next week with your special surprise, Tim, for you.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a nice little special surprise coming in.
A Christmas surprise?
Yes.
Is it something I'm going to like?
Let me put it this way. It's going to be like I have a child. And I'm very excited that my child is going to get the gifts. But I don't know if I can deal with that much energy. On Christmas. You as a parent know.
So it's like you getting me a toy that makes noise. Or like a puppy, maybe something that's high energy, that's going to ramp me up and I'm going to ramp it up and we're going to ramp each other off all over each other.
Yeah.
Pretty
much. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm excited.
I'll be totally honest. I may be heavily intoxicated next week trying to do this episode.
Tis the season.
Tis the season. I love me some eggnog.
I never appreciated eggnog.
Mm-hmm.
I waited until I was in my early 20s to even attempt to try it.
That's fair.
And I pulled off that little stopper or whatever, and it was all green on the bottom. And I was like, well, this is what I fucking get.
Yeah.
Now, a few years later, I finally got around to trying that Evan Williams eggnog.
Yo.
Holy shit.
It's really
$7
good.
a bottle. I'm like, oh my God, those are so good.
They're really good. I'm a hood
sugar.
I'm a hood guy. I like hood. Here's the thing. I don't like traditional eggnog because they put nutmeg in it and I cannot stand nutmeg.
Oh.
But what I do like is the cinnamon eggnog from Hood because they don't put the eggnog in. They put twice the amount of cinnamon and sugar in it and vanilla.
Yeah.
Ooh, we used to make it all the time back in my previous life when I was a chef. We used to make our own eggnog.
Okay.
It's actually super easy. It's equal parts egg and heavy cream.
Do you have to get pasteurized egg?
Yeah.
Or
I would
pasteurize it during the eggnog process somehow. Do you boil everything together or something?
No.
Okay.
You get pasteurized. I mean, here's the thing. You can eat raw eggs. There's nothing stopping you. Just don't fucking be careful, you know? But if you get the pasteurized liquid egg stuff, same fucking thing.
Okay.
Totally safe.
How do they pasteurize it?
Run it under UV light.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So they stamp it with the P symbol and it's clear. And then they shoot it under a bunch of UV lights and it the shell of an egg, the UV light can pass through it and it kills like all the salmonella germs inside.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
never knew that.
And then the P once it has, I think you have to do it like 3 times or something like that. It has to go through 3 steps. Mm-hmm. That P will be visible. And that means that the shell egg or the liquid egg is pasteurized.
Fucking red. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You can, if you go and you get shelled eggs that have the little P on it, means pasteurized, you can crack that open and drink it yourself. You can drink a raw egg and you won't get sick. I mean, you might get sick because of the texture, but you're not going to get salmonella.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is like the one perk of buying your eggs instead of getting chickens.
Yeah.
Yourself. Tim, with that being said, next week, get excited. If you enjoyed this show, please check out the other amazing shows here at the Professional Casual Network. Like Tim, what do we have coming up from now until the end of January, I'll say?
So at some point, it may have dropped this week, but Lost Omens, the Pathfinder 2 actual play podcast, Dungeons & Dragons actual play, is finally out or is coming out like next week.
Yeah.
This is huge. It's big. We've been preparing this for a long time. We've done a lot of training, a lot of practicing, a lot of pre-games. If you're a Patreon member that you've seen.
If you love Dani on this show, she's the DM, right?
She is the DM.
So she is me.
Yes.
Essentially. She is the controller. She is God.
Mm-hmm. And that show has Throlash Gaming, Taylor, from Twitch TV /Throlash Gaming. It has Ben Relaford from the Carton Cast. It has me. It has Dan. And it has JB from Gapapa.
Oh, there you go.
It has one of the most incredible accents. Normally JB just speaks in his normal tone or whatever on Gapapa.
Which is also funny.
But it is.
Yeah.
But in this, he does this like Dwarven Obama. It is... Oh my God, it's really good.
Really?
It is really good.
Okay.
So check that out. Lost Omens, Pathfinder 2 D&D podcast, playing through the Extinction Curse adventure path.
Sure.
We run a circus, bud.
Oh shit.
Fucking dark circus. Weird shit happens. It's a blast.
Actually sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside that, we have a Grim Podcast, A Perilous Adventure, which is a Warhammer fantasy role play. Same deal. It's D&D, but in the Warhammer universe. Yep. With a bunch of people from the network. We also have The Space Between.
Yeah.
Most likely has just finished up or is about to finish up The Mandalorian Season 2.
Can you believe all the things I said on that?
I am so fucking glad you're on that show.
Yo.
So check us out there. Krager was on that from WreckMyPodcast. Yep. We're going to have probably a couple other special guests.
It was a really good season, but prepare for an hour of me shitting on everything I didn't like about it, like a true Star Wars fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
True to form.
True to form.
Also, after Mandalorian season 2, we're going to do WandaVision from Disney Plus.
Oh, hell yeah.
I am so amped for that show.
I really like how it looks. I like the idea that every episode is a different aesthetic and style. Yes.
I mean, the chances of it leading into Young Avengers stuff is pretty much almost guaranteed.
If you get Wiccan, you are going to blow
I am going to blow loads.
Yeah. That'd be pretty sweet.
But yeah, those are the 3. Check out Mondays, twitch.tv/professional casual network for our Marvel Crisis Protocol stream.
Just pop in.
Yeah, the power phase.
Yeah, just pop in.
Yeah.
Say hello. Just watch us play a little bit. Maybe you'll like it. Check out the models. Check out the table. It's always cool to at least see that setup and stuff. Say hi. We love talking to people. Shout out to, I'm going to say it wrong, Sugi. Shout out to Sugi. Always popping in and saying hello and
Dagna.
And Dagna. Yo, shout out to Dagna, our one true fan. Dagna.
For real.
Yeah, the one true fan.
But yeah, check that out every Monday on twitch.tv/professional casual network at 7 p.m. Eastern. If that is not a great time for you, don't worry. The VODs go up right after. And also check out the YouTube, which is listed below as well, to check out anything that we put up there. That's going to have Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff. It's going to have Soulbound and some other actual plays. It's going to probably have this right here. Yeah. You're fucking listening to right now.
What's up, big boy?
So yeah. Yeah. That's it. I think that's everything, right? Big Fiction Energy. Dan wrote a book. It's over, but the whole thing's up there. If you don't want to buy the book, go check out the Big Fiction Energy podcast, where we do an audio drama of the book Lanny Girl
Why
Without
buy
Fear.
the cow when you can get it for free and read to you by Tim?
Right. That's true. I get to voice every throwaway character.
Yeah.
So
much like your actual life.
Yeah. The old custodian of the Professional Casual Network over here.
And of course, check out, I don't know, some fucking people we know. Usually I say my friends and hopefully yours too, but check out Joe Gennaro at the Comic Book Rundown. Yeah,
actually really nice guy. Yeah, I really like Joe Gennaro a lot.
I feel bad. Eventually we will apologize to all the hurtful things we said about him. Yep. We're getting there. We're getting there, Joe. But yeah, they do deep dives into story arcs of comic books. So if you like the comic stuff from the space between, you'll definitely like him and his partner, Randy, John. I really hate when it's really disrespectful when shows can't remember names,
especially co-host names.
Yeah, co-host names.
The really cool thing about the Comic Book Rundown, though, is that they do it issue by issue in bite-sized bits. So they have
20-minute listen,
15 to 25-minute episodes about one issue. It is a great way to sample. Honestly, if you've been thinking about getting into a comic book series or to a graphic novel series, it's a great way to check it out.
And more importantly, they cover a ton of independent issue stuff. Yep, which is really good.
It is.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and squirrels. Oh yeah, Breaker and Bane and WreckMyPodcast.
Yeah, WreckMyPodcast. Listen to the Round the Round Table.
It's the only good stuff.
It is. They are awesome. I really like them a lot. Krieger's on there. He's my favorite. Yeah. Cam is sometimes on there. He's also my favorite. Yeah. Joe. I don't have strong feelings either way. I don't dislike Joe in any way, shape, or
Joe's
form.
fine.
Joe's good.
Joe's good. Yeah. I mean, he talks shit on us constantly, but he's not.
Does he?
I think he does it because he feels like he should.
He's got to defend the brand a little bit.
Right. Defend the brand, honor his friends. You know what I mean? Like, he's the only one actually probably man enough to step up and fight us.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't trust a man with no hair, and Joe's bald. So he also goes to Vegas on a regular basis and his girlfriend's stupid hot. So
okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Joe, living the life.
And then Jordan honestly holds.
He's from Texas now, so he automatically gets a gun.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So
there's that. But shout out to Cam, the only guy who doesn't listen to our show. I fucking love Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like Cam a lot.
Yeah. With that being said,
which is where King Arthur grew up.
It is
Camelot.
That's why I have you as my co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you agreed to do this show with me. Mm-hmm. Just so you can get
got to bring down the energy.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and squirrels, I've been your host, Big Chuck. For Tim, he also yells when he comes. No, fuck. I don't know. Whatever.
I do yell when I come. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wail.
You wail when you always yell male when you come. Whatever it was. I've run out of energy. we say goodbye, stay safe, and remember to leave the blood on the bracket, because this is Elite 8 Showdown.